Most people don't realize it, but the biggest obstacles in their lives aren't the ones they see in front of them. They're the ones buried deep inside their own minds. Think about it. How many times have you held yourself back, convinced yourself something wasn't possible, or repeated old patterns without even knowing why? You might believe you're making rational choices, but your subconscious mind is quietly guiding you, repeating familiar cycles, avoiding discomfort, seeking safety instead of growth. And until you see it, you can't change it. I know this because I lived it. I remember a time when I kept putting off a big decision because I thought I wasn't ready. I convinced myself I needed more time, more knowledge, more preparation. But looking back, I wasn't waiting for readiness. I was avoiding discomfort. The moment I stepped forward despite the fear, everything changed. And it made me wonder, how many opportunities do we let pass simply because we hesitate? Maybe you've done the same. Maybe you're doing it right now. And if so, let's uncover the reasons why. Many of us chase happiness based on what we think will make us happy. We say, if I get this job, I'll be happy. If I meet the right person, life will be perfect. But where do these ideas come from? They're often shaped by past experiences, social conditioning, or even fear of what will happen if things don't go as planned. Yet time and time again, we achieve something we once desperately wanted, only to find that happiness is fleeting. That's because true fulfillment doesn't come from external achievements. It comes from how we perceive our experiences in the present moment. A wise monk once said, "The man who chases the horizon will always be running." Happiness isn't something you catch. It's something you create, not in the future, but right now. So the question isn't, how can I get there? But rather, how can I find peace here? Most people view problems as interruptions, things to be avoided or solved as quickly as possible. But what if the very thing you see as an obstacle is actually the doorway to your next level of growth? A monk was once asked, "How can I find peace in life?" He pointed to a boulder on the road and said, "Move it." Confused, the student asked, "How will that bring me peace?" The monk smiled, because the greatest peace comes not from avoiding struggles, but from learning to move through them. Every problem you face has two sides. One side says, "This is too difficult. This is unfair." But the other side says, "This is my teacher. This is my test." When you stop seeing problems as barriers and start seeing them as lessons, you begin to grow. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Because life doesn't place obstacles in your path to punish you. It places them there to prepare you. Fear is not always a warning to stop. Sometimes, it's a sign that you're on the right path. The things that scare you most, starting something new, taking a risk, stepping into the unknown, are often the very things that will bring the most growth. But the subconscious mind tries to keep you safe. It mistakes discomfort for danger. And so, you hesitate, you talk yourself out of things. You convince yourself that you're not ready. You tell yourself that someday, when the timing is better, you'll start. But here's the truth. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. A bird does not wait until it feels ready to fly. It jumps, and so must you. Every successful person you admire once stood at the edge of uncertainty and fear. The only difference between them and those who never start is that they acted before they felt ready. So the next time you feel fear, ask yourself, does this mean stop? Or does it mean this is something worth pursuing? One of the greatest subconscious traps we fall into is allowing our past to define our future. We tell ourselves, "I've always been this way. I've always struggled with this. I've never been good at that." But the past is just a collection of memories. It does not dictate who you are today unless you allow it to. Right now, there's a belief holding you back. Maybe you know exactly what it is. Maybe it's buried so deep you've never questioned it. But what if, just for a moment, you did? Pause here for impact. Imagine you are carrying a heavy bag full of old regrets, past failures, and painful experiences. Now imagine setting that bag down. For the first time, you feel light, free. Because of that weight, you were never meant to carry it forever. You are not bound by the mistakes you've made. You are not limited by who you were yesterday. The question is not, who have I been? But who do I choose to become? And that choice is yours at this very moment. So, let me ask you, what subconscious belief have you been carrying that no longer serves you? What challenge in your life could actually be your greatest opportunity for growth? What fear have you mistaken for a stop sign when it may actually be a green light? The first step to change is awareness. The second step is action. Because the only way to break free from these subconscious patterns is to see them for what they are. illusions. You are not trapped. You are not stuck. The life you want is waiting for you, and the only thing standing in the way is the belief that you are not ready. But you are. Drop a comment below. What's one limiting belief you're ready to let go of? And if this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. Subscribe for more wisdom and life lessons.